all the rest, but please nurse that I've never been convicted. My record is clean.
You're to jail for assuming a position under false pretenses? Well, a sane person could, but I couldn't. I'm licensed to be crazy. See here, I've got my complete clinical file with me. 16 times institutionalized and always for the same reason. Hysteromania! Which of course means actor. You see, I can't stop myself from playing roles. Of course, inside a theatre this would be considered quite normal. Why, I studied for 20 years in 16 different mental institutions, examining thousands of insane people like myself, day after day, and at night too, because I, unlike normal psychiatrists, slept with them, sometimes standing up with two others, because there are never enough beds, of course. Anyway, look into the matter and you'll see that I did make an absolutely perfect diagnosis of that poor schizophrenic. But Inspector, I had to charge him that much for his own good. If I hadn't have charged him that 20,000, do you suppose that that poor man, and especially his family, would have been satisfied? If I had charged him, say, 5,000, they undoubtedly would have thought, this must be a second-rate doctor, just out of medical school. A beginner. This way, they were all dumbfounded. They wondered, who on earth could this be? The Eternal Father? And they went on happy as larks. They even kissed my hand. Thank you so much, Doctor. And they wept with emotion. First of all, I really am a professor. A professor of drawing, ornate and freehand styles at the Holy Redeemer Night School. Yes. Because I know that it says psychiatrist, but after the period. Don't you know about syntax and punctuation? Look carefully. Professor Antonia A. Antonio. Period. And then there's the capital P, psychiatrist. Now, I bet it isn't acting under false pretenses to say, I am a psychiatrist. Well, it's like saying, I'm a psychologist, a botanist, and a vegetarian. Do you have a knowledge of Italian grammar and syntax and punctuation? You do? Well, then you'll know that if someone describes himself as an archaeologist, it's as though he had written Milanese. It doesn't mean that he has a degree in it. There, you see, now you're the one who's acting under false pretenses. You claim to have a knowledge of Italian grammar and syntax and punctuation, and then it comes out that you don't even read correctly. Didn't you see the comma after the former? Oh, I hadn't noticed. And simply because you hadn't noticed would send an innocent woman to prison. Which reminds me, I'd like to know where you got your degree. And who granted it to you. The comma, remember, is the key to everything. If there's a comma after the former, the entire meaning of the phrase changes at once. After the comma, you have to catch your breath. Take a brief pause, because the comma always denotes a pause. Therefore, it should be read the former. Professor, meaning the aforesaid, the one already mentioned, not the professor. In fact, I haven't been a professor for quite some time, so that can even be read with a little ironic chuckle. So the correct reading of the phrase is as follows: the former professor, ironic chuckle, from the University of Padova, because I am from the University of Padova, as it was the last place I visited. Any other reading of the phrase would be entirely false and misleading. Only an idiot would make such an error. Hey, back off, buddy! You can't! Either the straitjacket or nothing! I'm insane! And if you put handcuffs on me, Article 122 of the Criminal Code states, anyone wearing the uniform of a public officer who applies non-clinical or non-psychiatric instruments to a mentally disturbed individual so as to cause aggravation of said individual's condition commits punishable by 5 to 15 years of imprisonment and loss of his or her rank or pension. Well, I know everything. I've been studying law for 20 years. Where did I study law, you ask? In mental hospitals, when a paranoid court reporter who told me everything he knows. What a genius! I know everything. Roman, modern, Greek, Orthodox codes, everything. Oh, there you've touched a weak spot of mine, Inspector. How would I do to be a judge? That is indeed a noble profession. To judge, to sentence, to persecute. Well, you're a police inspector, you must know the feeling. But being a judge is the best of all occupations. First of all, you hardly ever have to retire. At the precise moment when an ordinary man, any working person, reaches 55 or 60 years old, the judge is just starting the high point of his career. Well, these characters have the power to save or destroy, however, and whenever they will. They toss out certain life sentences just the way someone might say, hey, maybe it'll rain tomorrow. 50 years for you, 30 for you. You over there, 20 years. But I'm the prosecutor, Your Honor. Oh, in that case, 10 years. You over there, 5. I like your face. Hey, hands up, or I'll bite you. I'll bite you on the neck and the buttock too. And if you react with force, as Article 122B, provocation and violence resulting in harm to a defenseless and disabled individual incapable of acting responsible for his or her actions, 6 to 9 years and loss of your pension. Of course I'm going to bite you. And I have rabies too. I got it from a dog, a rabid bastard hound who bit off half my ass. He died, but I recovered. But I'm still infectious. Oh, Inspector, keep me here with you, or I'll throw myself out the window. What flurry on? Oh, well, it's almost standard practice. I'll jump, and when I'm down there lying, splattered all over the pavement and giving the death rattle a look up, and I'll say, it was him, the Inspector McCoy, and he threw me out. And I take a long time to die. I'm not fragile like the Anarchist who falls 4 floors and immediately goes into a coma after hitting the ground, so as to not tell the journalists anything. No, I will tell. The reporters will come and I'll tell them everything. I'm going